Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. I'm Bryan.
I'm Greg.
Hey, that's right. We are going to continue with our sports chat about the differences between baseball and cricket. We both know that there's so many subtle parts to all of this stuff that we can't possibly do it. And then on top of it, we don't know everything there is to know about cricket. We know lots and lots about baseball. So hopefully you can see that there's a comparison between the two and you can tie little parts in here together. If you like the video, please click the like button. And if you like the content of the channel, please subscribe and feel free to leave a comment anytime. Greg, before we get started, is there anything that you want to add?
Yeah, the most common thing about baseball and cricket, they both are play with the ball.
They both have outs.
I said the most common thing. And they're not called outs, they're called wickets.
Well, but they also say, never mind. I'm not, that's not for right now. Okay. So please stick around, enjoy this with us in helping us to also figure out what's the difference between baseball and cricket. Here we go. If you're in the air and that gets knocked off, you're out.
Yeah. Can you run in front of the wicket to block the bowler from knocking the bail off, or the thrower knocking the bail off from the field?
I don't know. I would think maybe, but part of me would say no, because the British came up with this and the British would go, that's not very sporting.
You know, the homeland, don't make fun of the homeland, all right? My mom and dad were from England, and my sister was born there. Don't make fun of the homeland, all right? You know.
All right. Sorry, made fun of the homeland. Now, this caught the ball in the air. He's out. The batter's out. And it's a wicket.
It's a wicket. He's out.
Right.
And when the batter's out, the runner cannot run in advance either. So he's like, the runner can't be like, well, I'm going to tag up and go and get a run.
Right.
Right. Like you can in baseball.
Now, right. So yeah, you're stuck. If you look at the bottom of that screen, Pakistan is up to bat. They've scored 84 runs. They've got no wickets. Now they have one. Okay. 9.3 is 9.3 overs.
The 0 is the wickets.
Correct.
And the 9.3 is
the number of overs.
And they have 3 balls thrown by that Farhan or Fakhar.
Yes.
Whoever's pitching.
No. Stop. No, I don't know who the pitcher. Yeah. No, Farhan is the batter.
Well, Farhan is the batter. Fakhar must be the other runner.
Correct. It doesn't. We don't have the pitcher's name, or the bowler's name.
What is the 37 there? Is
that how many balls have been thrown?
And what's the 20 then?
How many balls have been thrown to Fakhar? Because remember, they switch places. They go back and forth.
Yeah, okay.
And then that tells you how many miles per hour the ball was and how many kilometers per hour the ball was that was thrown.
56 miles per hour.
Right. So my guess is that he is a spin bowler and not a speed bowler. But so Varun, he just got the out. So
that's very similar to baseball. The ball's in the air, you catch it on the fly, unless you're Jose Canseco, you bounce it off your head over the fence. But the fielding team gets a wicket.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
So now see how slow that guy was throwing the ball. He's a spin bowler.
That's the same.
And then again, now we've got another wicket. Now he's a speed bowler.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Right. And
so
right.
You say what you're going to say about this, and I have a question.
Yeah, he didn't protect the stumps. The ball went past his bat, hit the stumps, knocked off the bail. That's a wicket. You get 10 wickets. Once you get 10 wickets, you're done.
Or
you're batting.
Or if you have
the 120, the 20 overs.
20 overs.
Right.
Or 120. Well, 20 overs would be 120 pitches.
Yeah. Okay. Balls.
Ground balls. Pitches, balls, whatever you want. What was the question I was gonna ask? Let's just say I'm a spin bowler.
Okay.
And you're a 95 to 97 mile an hour fast bowler.
Okay.
I throw a ball to you, 2 balls to you.
Okay, I don't understand.
And then I throw 2 balls to the batter.
Okay.
Can I then bring in you and as a speed? So
unless you get hurt,
okay,
you have to finish your over. Then you can bring in the speed bowler. So you could mix it up like that and throw your 6 balls, get your over done, and then bring in a speed bowler to try and mess with people's timing.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which you cannot do in Major League Baseball.
No, but a pitcher can always change speeds. That's what they do.
Well, they can change speeds, but
they can throw a baseball 90 miles an hour and then the next one 70.
Not many pitchers have that in their bag.
But that's not my point. And then this is just slow motion showing how he missed it. And then
that's a hammer.
Yeah, but okay. And then that was the 10th wicket.
Okay.
So and they got their it was 9 so they had 19 overs.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. Just it's fine. So they had 19 overs, which means that India got Pakistan out before their 120 balls,
whatever you call
it. Yeah. Okay.
And now they go drink a cup of tea.
Yeah, they get a short break. I think it's like 15 minutes. And then it's India's innings. And that's just what it's called when India comes up to bat. It's called an innings.
Oh, that was a very good placement of a ball.
Yeah. And then it's the same sort of thing. He gets a 4 because he hit the boundary. And that was on the second ball of the over. And then on the next thing, they get a wicket.
That's exciting, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's super exciting. Yeah, I mean it's a big deal.
We only give up 4 runs on a wicket, right?
He had given up 7.
Oh, it says
7.
4-4. Then
it's just that exchange.
Oh, okay.
Right. The guy scored a 4, and then I think 2 balls later he's out. And this is just at the end of the game. This is just a summary of who the best people were for each team. So you got Pakistan at 146. India had 150 for 5. So once I think somebody hit
either a home run or a 4.
Right. And that got them over the top. The other side of that are the bowlers. And that's just at the end of the game. That's how they summarize everything so that you can understand what happened in the game.
Read that. It says India won by 5 wickets.
Right.
Which
doesn't make sense to me either.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, and I know I put 147. It should be 146, blah, 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 blah. Now, baseball is a little bit different. And I just got basically it's 1/2 inning. So,
whoa.
Right. First thing is the umpires are on the field. You have one umpire at each base. The home plate umpire calls the balls and the strikes. The first base umpire and third base umpires they determine whether or not a ball is foul or fair. And then the second base umpires, if somebody tries to steal a base, is going to determine whether or not the runner is out at second base. They all determine whether or not the runner is out at their base. This game is from like 1991.
I would say this is an old game.
Yes, it's very old because baseball really hasn't changed that much. It's just because they did it slow. So pause it for just a second. All right. Unlike a cricket ground, baseball diamonds are all kinds of different dimensions. Fenway Park in Boston is one of the weirdest ones in all of baseball. So down the left field line, it's 315 feet, right? 105 yards. And so it just gives you, it's very short. The right field line to the pesky pole out in right field is just 100 yards.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And center field, dead center field is, I think it's the biggest one in baseball. I don't know of any, maybe Colorado is further.
It might be because of the air. They've made it bigger. But
I think Fenway.
But then that makes those alleys that, what they call left center and right center, those are just
really far away.
I mean, you could get, the good thing about that is you could get it inside the park home run. You hit it one of those alleys.
Yeah. And then also on top of it, Fenway's got all sorts of
little
nooks and crannies and ball bounces all over the place.
New York Stadium had the monuments in there in the playing field.
Right.
So
okay. Yeah. The old Yankee Stadium. Okay. And then just the fact that it's natural grass as opposed to artificial turf.
I know the Royals used to play in artificial turf.
Yeah. So George Brett, now
the hemorrhoid man.
He's one of the
greatest hitters of all time.
Yeah, in baseball. I know it says 273 batting average, very low for George Brett, but this is also towards the end of his career.
But also one of the things that baseball with hitting a bat, right? It's a round bat, a round ball. You got 9 people out in that field that's a lot smaller than a cricket field. Right? Because it's only basically 1/4 the size of a cricket field.
Yes.
Right? You got a pitcher throwing the ball, da-da-da-da-da.
And they're all wearing leather gloves.
A very good hitter typically hits 300.
Yeah.
It's one of the only sports where you can fail miserably
70% of the time.
70% of the time and be on a baseball team.
Right. Well, and be considered, if you fail 70% of the time hitting in baseball, you're
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're among the best ever. And George Brett had a lifetime batting average of 311.
One of not many, right?
There are lots of guys that get a 300 average, but George
lifetime?
Brett, yeah, there's lots of guys with 300 average.
I'm going to take a look at that.
Well, but George Brett also hit 340 home runs. He was a 100 RBI guy. That's what got him into the Hall of Fame. It wasn't just because he was a 311 lifetime hitter. George Brett's up to bat. Roger Clemens is pitching, which is a classic.
This is a classic duel.
And you can see if you're a cricket person, you can look at this. No, keep going.
Well, we're going to say no home runs in the last 120 at bats in Fenway.
So Roger Clemens is standing on the pitcher's mound throwing. You don't run up. You stand there. He's got that little white thing where he's got his feet is the pitching rubber. That's 60 feet, 6 inches from home plate. He's going to stand on that and throw the ball. And then George Brett hit him where they ain't.
He's going to get a double out of that.
Okay. Now, and he does get a double.
Yeah.
Okay, so pause it right there. George Brett has a choice. He hit the ball, lands in left field. Nobody touched it when it hit the ground. They didn't catch it. He can run as long as he wants to. He could have stopped at first. He could have stopped at second. He could have tried to run to third. It's up to him.
Mm-hmm.
But ideally, stop at second because you want to try and score a run.
Especially if he's the first batter.
Right. He wasn't. I just cut his segment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's George Brett. And he's one of the greatest hitters.
He's followed by Freddie Patek.
Yeah. Okay. So George Brett got a hit. I think he was the second hitter. Maybe it might have been
third, but I don't know if it was the beginning of the game. But
it was the beginning of the game. So he's a third hitter. That means I think he got to third base. So there might have been 4 or 5 hitters that got up that inning. Okay. But they ended up getting 3 outs. So now the Royals go and play in the field and the Red Sox come up to bat.
Well, let's see who's pitching for the Royals. Runner on first.
Yeah. And so this is just kind of edited. The thing about it was, now remember, if you remember in the cricket game, the guy hit the ball badly and he stopped. He didn't run. In baseball, that guy hit a little weak little dribbler. You got to run.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, he was safe because he made it to first base before the ball got there. And so now that would be considered a base hit.
See, he's got a 315 average.
Right. But he might have been doing very well at the beginning of the season, but Carlos Quintana is not in the Hall of Fame.
He's not a career 285 hitter, probably. Oh, my goodness. See, there's an outside-inside swing.
Right. That's also a foul ball.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't count. It's a strike. Doesn't count for anything. What's going to happen is, and I'm just going to say it, he's going to hit a ball to the shortstop. There's a runner on first, a runner on second. He's going to hit a ball to the shortstop. The shortstop's going to throw it to second, get that guy out, and then throw it to first, get that guy out. And it says runners on first and second. So there's a swing and a miss. It's a strike. So now he's got 2 strikes.
It's like hitting the wicket, kind of.
Well,
strike.
Yeah. Well, except if you
hit a wicket, it's an out.
It's an out.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Right. So he swung, but he missed. So that's an out. And now he hits a ground ball to the shortstop, tosses it to second, tosses it to first, double play. If the ball reaches the base before the runner, you're out.
It's got to be caught by the person.
Well, yes.
But can you get a double play in cricket?
I don't believe so, no. Because once you get a wicket, play stops.
So what if?
Okay, you're asking me questions I have no answer to.
I'm asking people out there, can you get a double play in cricket?
Yeah.
And my scenario would be the ball's hit, both guys decide to run, and then they both decide to run to the next base to get more, and the ball comes in and they were able to get both of them out before they get to.
Once the ball hits the bales and once the ball hits the stumps and knocks the bales off, it's a wicket.
It's dead.
Dead.
You can't get 2 wickets on the same hit ball. Then you cannot get a double play.
No, you can't. You can't. In baseball, you can. So now the Red Sox have 1 more out left in the inning to get a run in. So it's a double play.
So the only time you don't have to always run also when you're on base, is what you're trying to say here.
Yeah, you could stay if you're on third base and you're not forced to run.
You're not forced to run because there's a runner coming behind you.
Right. Then you don't have to. But if there's a runner, and that's going to come up here in just a second. So you got Tom Bernansky up to bat. And Luis Aquino's gotten himself into a whole world of trouble here in the first inning. So not a strike, it's a ball. He's throwing Yorkers on every single pitch. And Tom Bernansky also called Bruno. Okay. He didn't swing, but it was in the area, so it's a strike.
They got a runner on third, is that it?
Yeah, they got a runner on third. This is probably doesn't need to be in this, but it does just kind of show. So here's an at bat, what it's like for him when he's up to bat. That's another ball. So it's 2-1.
That's a tough call right there.
Yeah.
I don't know where that ball missed.
Well, today, with modern technology, he might have gone
2 seconds.
Yeah, called a strike. There's a foul ball, so it's 2-2.
Which I do not like that rule, but I want a different ball.
Yeah. And I guess they could also do that in cricket if you don't like the ball or something. You can throw it back. There's Boston, so you can see Boston. And Tom Bernansky is up to bat still. And I might have edited this part out. Oh, okay, so it's ball 3.
3-2.
Right. Okay. And when he gets to here, and there's ball 4. So
he gets to walk.
Right. And it's just one of those things, I think, if you don't understand baseball, that you need to understand that you get a walk if there are 4 pitches that aren't strikes. Okay, you're awarded first base.
In the same at bat.
Right.
Now, if there's a ball hit, the batter that is now on first base must run.
Yes. Okay.
Well, 2 outs, he's going to run. But if it's a fly ball, he's probably not going to run, which is a whole different scenario.
Because it's going to be the 3rd out.
Well, but if it was 1 out and it's a fly ball, he's not going to hit.
But the runner on third would. See, that's
a
whole
game.
Entire episode right there.
But he's not forced to run because
there's
nobody pushing him. So the guy's going to get out on the caught fly ball.
Okay, so now you got runners on first and third, like it says. Billy Joe Ribideau.
Oh, he hit him.
Right, gets hit by a pitch. If you get hit by a pitch ball, you get first base.
And that, I'm going to say there is a rule.
Well, we covered this.
I mean, if you put your body in front of where the strike zone is and you get hit, you don't get first base.
No,
it's like leg before wicket is the way I would explain that.
Well, I would simply say that if you try and get hit,
mm-hmm.
they're going to call it a ball. Then you're going to be, or is it a strike or a ball? But basically, you don't get first base.
The technical rule is you have to try and make an effort to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So if the umpire does not believe that you attempted to make it to get out of the way, then you don't get awarded the base.
Right.
I believe it's called a strike. It could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
we did a whole thing on that. If you want to watch it, just go back and watch our video.
I don't remember that.
Yes, we did an entire video on being hit by a pitch. However, so now he's on first. So you got Wade Boggs on third, Tom Bernansky on second, and Billy Joe Ribideau on first.
Billy Joe.
Which means that if this guy, and I don't know his name, but because there's a runner on each base, if he hits the ball, everybody has to run. There's no standing around.
If he hits it on the ground.
Or, well, even if he hits it in the air, they're still going to run because
there's 2 outs.
Yeah, but if he drops it out in the outfield, then you're going to keep on running.
That's a whole another scenario we can talk about. Okay.
All right. And which also means that if the fielder fields the ball, he can throw it to any base. And as long as the ball arrives and is caught before the runner gets to the base, it's an out.
The runner that's supposed to be going to that base.
Yes.
Pitcher's best friend.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Mike Greenwell, who's in the Boston Red Sox Hall of Fame, not in the
Bo Sox.
In the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, like George Brett. But George Brett was also in the Royals Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Okay, so he hits a ground ball to second, goes over to first.
So all that for nothing.
Correct. They scored no runs.
The pitch count up and getting to see the pitcher.
Right.
0 runs for all that.
Yeah. And so that was the final out, the 3rd out, which now means that the Red Sox are going to go out into the field and the Royals are going to come up to bat. All right. So, and I just there's one other thing in here. I put this in. So now it's the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Royals were up to bat. They didn't score. Now the Red Sox are coming up to bat in the bottom of the 2nd.
With 1 out.
And it's just an example. This is a home run. And I can't remember who this guy's name is. Maybe they say who it is.
I'm sure when he's running around the bases.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So threw a pitch inside. Doesn't like that ball. So get a new one. He probably should have liked that ball better because
apparently the batter didn't like this ball.
Yeah. And he hit it over that gigantic fence, which
monster.
Is affectionately known in baseball circles as the green monster. It's the only one in baseball. And so he runs around the bases by himself.
He has to run all the way around.
Right. You have to touch all 4 bases. Mm-hmm. You have to touch home plate. And then that's a run.
Number 16 for the.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so pause it for just a second.
Hold on, it'll say who hit the home run. Romine.
Yeah.
He hit 2 of them.
Well, no, it was just his second home run.
His second one.
Yeah, because he only scored 1 run in the game.
They lost that game.
The Red Sox did, yeah.
Wow.
Well, they only scored 1 run.
You only got to score 1 more.
Right. So, and again, this is just the reason I put this in there was just to say so that this is a summary. There's what happened in every inning, all 9 innings. At the end of the game, the Kansas City Royals scored 2 runs. Boston only scored 1. Kansas City got 12 hits. Boston got 8. Kansas City committed no fielding errors. Boston committed 2. The winning pitcher was Luis Aquino. His record is 4 wins, no losses. The losing pitcher is Murphy, whoever that is, and he's 0-6, so he's lost every game. The save, that's a whole different thing, was by Montgomery. Romine hit a home run. And then how many runners got left on base? Kansas City 10, Boston 11. So left on base is at the end of every inning if they didn't score.
They got on base, they didn't score.
They were left on base.
But the interesting thing about that losing pitcher for Murphy, he's 0-6.
Yeah. Well, but he's a relief pitcher.
But I mean, not at 0-6, you're not going to be a relief pitcher that much longer.
You're not going to be the.
I mean, so that means they brought him in the 8th. He was a setup guy, and he gave up 2 runs, probably on an error.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
So. Okay, so hit the play button because real basic. There's lots of differences, but so you've got in cricket you've got a bowler, in baseball you got a pitcher. A bowler runs and they throw what's called a ball. A pitcher stands on the mound, throws what's pitches. The batsman or the batter. In cricket, the batter or batsman doesn't have to run if they don't want to. In baseball, if you hit the ball fair, you got to run. The score runs by running back and forth between one popping crease to the other. And if you hit it to the boundary, it's 4 runs. You hit it over, it's 6. In baseball, you have to touch all 3 bases and home plate. And then that's how you score runs. Cricket, you can have, you can score over 200 runs in a game. Baseball, as a general rule, and then 4 or 5 runs usually wins a game. Would you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually about.
You would hope. You would hope.
Yeah, unless you're the Angels. Let's not even talk about that. Innings. A team's time at bat is called an innings.
In cricket.
In cricket, right. And each team gets 1 innings. And in baseball, each team gets a half inning. And those 2 half innings form 1 inning. And a game is 9 innings or 27 outs. And then wickets, right? And then
ball gets knocked off the stump. Fielder catches the ball in the air. Wickets are technically outs, right?
Yeah. And then outs. If you get 3 strikes, you're out.
In and at bat.
Right. Thank you. You're right. See, you're right.
That's twice in the same episode.
No, I say you're right all the time.
You catch the ball in the air.
That's an out. You get tagged with the ball when you're running between bases. That's an out because bases are safe. If the ball arrives at a base before the runner arrives when you're forced to run, that is provided it gets caught and the person catches it while they're touching the base, you're out. Okay.
Are you allowed to catch a ball against your body in cricket?
Yes.
Or are you allowed to catch a ball against your body in baseball?
Yes. Yeah, as long because it happened just in a major league game, a center fielder for the San Francisco Giants went to go catch a ball, bobbled it, and caught it with his knees, and then was laying on the ground and pulled it between his knees and held it up. He's out as long as the ball doesn't touch the ground.
Are you allowed to catch it with your hat?
No, you can't catch it with your hat.
Can you throw your glove?
No. So, all right. So those are just some things. And that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. And that's Ali Hassan Fridi 9230. He's the guy that said, could you do this? So we did it. All right.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. That was a long time.
So anyway, if you stay for the whole thing now,
Yeah. All right. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. If you enjoy how we're talking about these things, please click the subscribe button. Greg, you got anything to add?
No, that was long, but it was very informative. We learned a lot about both games. I learned mostly about cricket, which is nice because we'll be watching more of that. So just like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment, and we appreciate you keep watching our stuff.